stairs are very hard to climb up there.
Okay, if you just want to talk about, just answer the questions, I suppose.
You're going to edit this, right?
Yeah.
You just want me to talk, right?
Well, I mean, the thing is, I can't read the questions at the same time and hold.
I'll read the questions.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Tammy or Jen can?
Let Jen have a part. Here, Jen.
Chat.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Question number 1. How did you get involved with the centre?
You filming?
Yes.
How did you get involved?
Well, I was living around the corner from it for about 2 years or something, and I never knew it was there. Being an isolated cartoonist, budding cartoonist in London, and having no way of knowing how to break into comics or improve my style or learn anything about it, it was like a godsend, so I became a student there. I was there on and off for about 3 years. And I've since participated in fundraising events to try and stop it closing.
What did you do?
What did I do? What do you mean?
Just answer.
What did you do at the centre?
Well, I studied with David Lloyd, who is the artist on V for Vendetta.
So he's famous.
Yeah, he's a well-known international comics artist. I studied in his class, which cleaned up my style a lot, taught me a lot about storytelling, basic stuff. And I did that for 2 years. And now I'm doing life drawing there, and I shall shortly be picking their brains about colouring as well.
Are you participating in the degree program?
Yeah, I'm doing the RSA degree in comic art. It's a diploma in comic art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in theory I'm doing that, yeah. In between everything else I'm doing.
Why are you doing the degree program? Because
I think it's important that a qualification in comic art becomes established. At the moment, people who publish comics can basically pick and choose from kids who come in and show them their work, who they can exploit quite easily and happily, and they do. If a qualification is established, it's by no means established at the moment. These are early days, but the more people that do it, and the more it gets recognised, the more it will become recognised that one can have skills in this field, that one can be more than just, a sort of grubby cartoonist. That it's more than just some sort of low-paid, low-rent job, some sort of little brother to illustration.
Hold it.
You want another question?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How did it help? Or have you answered that
Well,
one?
I guess I've answered that already.
Is it important?
What about the Dorset evening kind of stuff like
I'm asking about the cartoon centre.
Yeah.
Well, how did it help? Got you those jobs?
Yeah. Well, I suppose it did. Yeah. I mean, since going to the Cartoon Centre, I'm doing professional work regularly. I'm now self-employed, and it gave me a lot of confidence and basic ability in order to do that, to pursue it as a career, which is what I've always wanted to do.
Next question, comic scene. Like that.
What was the one before that?
Is it important?
Is it important? Yes, it's very important.
Comic centre. Advertisement. Yes.
It's superbly important. Comics are important because as media become more and more centralised and controlled and run by a committee, comics is something that anyone can just sit down and do on their lap. And you don't have to be able to draw. It's a bonus, but you don't have to be able to draw. You can draw stick figure comics. If you've got a story to tell and you have some idea of how to tell it, and it's worth reading, you can do comics. It's going to be a major art form in the next century, in my opinion.
Okay.
The major art form.
Tell us about the comic scene.
What about it?
That's all I've written here. Tim, what did you mean by that?
Is it close-knit? Do you feel that all the people in the cartoon centre is the comic scene, or do you think it's wider than that? Do you think that?
Yeah, it's much wider than just the Cartoon Centre, obviously, and there are also distinct groups within it. there are people who work for the major companies, and there are people who do their own small press comics. There are people who do both. You know, there's newspaper cartooning, and there's superhero comics and all the rest of it. People sort of interchange. But I do feel very much a part of a community of small press creators, and in particular of creators who view comics as something artistic and creative, as opposed to just a job, or, you know, just drawing crappy adventure comics or whatever.
Okay, hold it. Oh god, this is uncomfortable.
Change your angle.
Wait. Oh dear. Creak.
So what are your famous favourite comics and artists?
What, recently or generally?
Well, actually, I was going to ask for comparison. What about women in comics? Because I've got Lee Kennedy talking about women in comics.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that they're a really minor part? Are they worthwhile? Should there be even any recognition of women as opposed to just people, or what?
Well, I find that most female cartoonists find this kind of women in comics tag a bit annoying, possibly, because they are cartoonists and want to be recognised as cartoonists, not as a sort of separate subgroup or ghetto, or even a sort of put in a frame and displayed that way. You know, we are all cartoonists. Much of the best cartooning work at the moment is being done by women. It's not being seen by very many people. It's mostly published by the independents, but it is amongst the most important work being done in cartooning. There is a voice there that hasn't been heard, as in most other media. Yeah, that's very encouraging. I think it's very important, very worthwhile.
And what about your own favourite cartoonist who's influenced you or made you want to become a cartoonist?
Yeah, well, made me want to become a cartoonist. Well, the people I like at the moment are the usual: Dan Clowes, Peter Bagg, the Hernandez brothers. Everyone will tell you the same, you know. In the past, I've liked a lot of people. Charles Schulz, who does Peanuts, huge influence on me. Steve Ditko, Jack Kirby, all the old superhero cartoonists from the 50s and 60s. Don Martin from Mad Magazine, Harvey Kurtzman in particular, Will Eisner.
The list
all
goes
the
on.
greats, all the greats. Yeah, I could go on for half an hour, you know.
Please don't.
Yeah.
French people.
French people, yeah, lots of French people.
God, I think that's about it. Can you think of anything that I haven't gone over?
I don't know.
To sum up, like
I've made my big statement about comics as art, haven't I?
But she didn't make anything about the centre.
What are you focusing on, the fact that it's about to close?
No, I don't want to make a promo, you know, for the Cartoon Center. It's kind of just a general.
Tim Rollins' work at all?
Mhm.
Tim Rollins.
Wait, Jen.
Still filming?
Yes. Yeah. Do you just have anything further to say about the Cartoon Center?
No. Not really. I can't think of anything at all, really.
God, what could we? Surely there's got to be something.
He's got married,
It's
grown as a family.
a valuable resource. It's a good place to go and meet people.
The phantom voices coming in and out.
It's a good place to meet people, because I had no idea there was any sort of community of cartoonists in London. Been there for years, never met any other cartoonists, and now I know loads. And it's not a social club, you know. It's a good place to go and sort of shoot the crap and, you know, talk shop and pick up techniques and have a good time and learn. It's invaluable. It's vital. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't be a cartoonist today.